Hey everybody, it's Thursday, it's 7:30 Central. That means it's time for the Axe and Arcana fantasy adventure game here on the internet broadcast system. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello,
I'm
hello.
good.
How do y'all?
Howdy, howdy. Last week we would have played a recap of our episode, but the state was under ice, so that did not happen.
We were too busy huddling for warmth.
Yeah, so let's see, the audio's pulling through. Everybody sounds good. Like I said, you guys can get your train music going in the background. Alright, I think it's all going good. Okay. Ooh, am I getting double audio on this? I can't tell. Was somebody say something in chat?
Booger. Toes.
Sounds better.
I'm a pretty princess.
You're a pretty princess. Okay, I'm gonna do the audio one different way real quick. I'm noticing some doubling. Still haven't perfected the art of the audio, but maybe we'll get there one day. I'm gonna open up the audio on my desktop instead. We've not heard from Velvet the Wizard, and then I don't think ID Tenty is gonna make it again. We wish them all well. Let's see. Let me get the music going, and then we'll get started. Let's see. So when we last left off, let's remember last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago's episode. We opened up 6 months after your return from Kotara, in which William Wisp had returned to the lands of Ambrosia. You are all stowed away in a train made of your Wark technology, pulled by Ark, the airship. Your Wark train has cloaking to hide you because you are all wanted for aiding the wizard Barris. You're wanted by William Wisp. So you've been circling the kingdom of Ambrosia in your train that has cloaking in it. Occasionally stopping for supplies. Waddle, the monk, would go into the city of Ambrosia to get goods. Bado would go into the woods to get forageables, things from nature they could get that wouldn't draw as much attention. In doing so, Bado accidentally brought the druid goblin Gus aboard. He seemed friendly enough. You encountered something in the woods that seemed not natural, but not quite machined. And as you were taking account of all things, you noticed something moving in the distance, and you realized they were some sort of ships or speeders making their way towards you. So you all gathered back into the Wark train, and it pulled off to try to evade whatever these three shapes were. I believe at the end of the last episode, we had Dusk and Waddle were on top of the back carriage.
Yep.
Then we had...
That's what I reckon.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. The music going. Train music's moving now. So you guys were all steeling yourself for this chase that was about to begin. And I believe... So if you're looking on your screens, we'll see the Ark, the airship, pulling you. And, hello, come on. Now it's not going to work. We've got 4 trains. Wark Tech is the shape-shifting, transforming vehicles your party brought back from Krotara. I believe it was it Waddle and Dusk? Waddle, were you on the back?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes, there you are.
Okay.
In the last car, in a makeshift cell, was Kyrus, the cultist of the Whispers, who you guys saved at the end of last season. And then I just had everybody else up in the front of the ship.
Yeah, I just know Gus was sticking his head out of a window somewhere.
Oh, I think you were in the back of the ship, actually. I believe. Here. Yeah, because you were within eyesight of Kyrus. I think he was taunting you a little bit, maybe? Does this sound right?
Probably. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at those baddies.
Top down, you do.
So the ships, you saw these dark shapes on the horizon starting to come in, and you saw like dirt and debris kind of kicking up from the ground. You start to hear it's like a hum or a whistle, similar. The Wark train you're on makes a hum as it pulls spime energy out, like this magic aura that it uses to power itself. These things are smaller and swifter. They've got these sort of like sled swoop skis on the side. And as they start to move in, they're making like a whistling noise. So these are Wark whistlers. They start to come in. Each one is piloted by a warp hog. Some of our players may recognize these. Other players will not recognize them. So each one has a guy, or as a hog, pulling these levers to make the ship go and turn, and then they've got 2 additional hogs on the front of each ship. They've got these like long piped spheres with a crook on the end of them. And then some of them look like they're holding other implements in their hands, and these things are whistling in the distance. And we'll say they're about 50 yards back, like we'll say 100 yards back, a football field's length away, when our story picks up right now. So, time seems of the essence. I'm going to ask everybody to roll me initiative.
Time is of the essence.
14 for Dusk.
Botto is slow on the uptake. 4.
Gus rolled a 1.
Do we add anything to initiative? I forget.
Your dexterity, and then you will have proficiency bonus.
14.
You do?
Oh,
He would.
Oh, okay.
14 plus 4 is 17.
my
7?
initiative says plus. Sorry.
Gus, you said plus 3?
Yeah, so
So-
I have 4 and 4.
Okay. And then Waddle, you said 17?
18.
18. All right.
I'm a mighty boy.
Warthog Train 1 rolled an 18 also, but heroes go first. This is on a slant. Oh no, my dice rolling. 13 and unfrickin' read. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's a 20. They rolled a 20. All right. All right. Did I get everybody? So it's going to go Warthog 3, then Waddles, then Warthog 1, then Dusk, Bado, and Gus all got Oh no, Dusk got a 14. Then Bado and Gus each rolled a 4, so you guys can decide who goes first out of the two of you. And then the last Wark hog goes. So we'll say you guys have 2 rounds before these things catch up. The warp hog on the right side of the train hits the gas and cuts the distance by half and is now 50 yards behind you. Waddle, you are the first to go.
Woo! How far? 50?
They're 50 yards behind you.
And I'm hanging on the back of the train?
Yeah, you guys are on the top of the train.
Okay.
You can also hold your action if you're not sure what to do. You can prepare actions. You can, if you've got some sort of crazy idea you want to try,
Yeah. I want to wait until they get close enough to us.
Okay.
Like they're gonna catch up to us, right?
Yeah.
I can see they're advancing on us, and they're gonna be within one of my special abilities here in a second if they catch up. So I want to use Step of the Wind to ideally disengage from the back of the train and leap onto one of their crafts.
Slick. Okay, so you're going to prepare yourself to jump onto one of the crafts.
Yeah, and that costs a key point, so that's going to be one of my key points for the day.
Okay, cool. So you move up to let's go to the top view. We're going to say you're over on the left side because this is the train that went first. And you start doing like a monk's prayer, right? You start preparing yourself to tap into that key energy and get ready for it.
Get ready.
The center warp hog ship, they engage their thrust. And they cut their distance in half. Now 2 of the ships are within 50 yards of you. Dusk, you're the next one on the back top of the train. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, they're not yet close enough. I guess I'm trying to find a way to warn my fellow teammates in the front of the train that we got some varmints coming up behind us here. So I guess I'm gonna prepare to strike. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Tree Strike on myself for the next round, and I'm gonna kind of like stomp my boot on the top of the train to try to get Gus's attention and see if he can warn anybody inside.
Slick. Cool. Bado and Gus, which one of you would like to go first?
I've got a +1 to dexterity. How does that compare with yours, Gus?
+3.
There
You
go.
win.
Yeah. Okay. So I definitely hear the banging and kind of the poke. I have my have little porthole, so I'm gonna shout like bad pigs coming close. Like as loud as I can down the hall. But I think where I ended up last time is I kind of had a spell game ready and kind of going green.
Yeah. So
how high did you say these things were off the ground?
They are kind of skimming just a little below your ship. So your ship is 15-20 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And so, but they're kind of like hovering up and down. So you feel like at the next round, they'll be within range for you to do your thing.
Okay, well, no. So I've got a plan that I think I can do already.
Yeah.
The like green sort of like softly glowing kind of little orbs around me kind of condense into like a spiky ball in my hand. I kind of chuck it at the ground, aiming it where I know I guess in this view, the one from the bottom here, the one closest to the window I'm looking out,
Okay.
will be like coming up on really fast.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to cast Entangle on the ground. So when they cross over, vines will shoot up.
I love it.
And they shoot up 20 feet, so you should be able to try to grab, I guess, the one in the front.
Excellent.
It's like throw him off the thing.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have him make a dexterity check to see if he can dodge out of the way of it.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so you throw your spores down. You see the magic sort of hit, and then this wall of vines erupts. And you see the warthogs. You see the engine sort of shift over and dodge out of the way, but the warthog on the right sort of slides towards the wing. His foot gets wrapped up in a vine and pulls off.
Yoinked off. Sweet.
Excellent. It was very cool. Bado, I need to tell you that you're a big old nerd, and Danger Atlas loves your elephant face in chat. You hear banging from the roof towards the rear, and you hear Gus yell about bad things coming. And then you hear a little bit of magic fizzle, and now it is your turn.
I'm going to dash as quickly as I can to join my comrades at the back of the train. It's a ways.
Dash is double move.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's put you in the middle of the second train. You're welcome, Danger Atlas. Then the third Warthog train engages their speed, and they are now within 50. Let's pull this off here. Top of the order, Warthog ship, the Whistling Warp 3, pulls up, and they are within 15 feet of your ship.
Did it freeze?
No. Sorry. So, the one in yellow on Warp 3, you see him grab a spear, and he beads his eye at... That's Waddle. So Waddle's sitting there doing a... They pull up, and the guy starts to look at Waddle and starts to aim his spear, but Waddle had an action prepared. Right?
Yep.
So tell me what your spell does, or your monk ability.
All right. It does. You can spend one key point. Sorry, it's called Step of the Wind. You can spend one key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn.
Slick. Okay. Will you make me an acrobatics or athletics check?
Yes, I will do that. Acrobatics, or which one better? Acrobatics is +10. What was the other option?
Or athletics.
Athletics is...
It's probably going to be acrobatics for you.
Athletics.
Yeah, because it's only +1. So acrobatics, let's do it!
Macrocratics.
It's a 3!
But you rolled a 10, so it's a 13. Yeah. So
right.
You see this guy starting to pull back on a spear, and your monk training hones in on that moment. You pop up and you dip back and leap across to this moving ship and land on it. So Ooh. That was a bonus action. You still get your move and you still get your attack. So he pulls his spear back, and all of a sudden this halfling monk jumps down on the ship in front of him. Now what would you like to do?
Whoa.
Dang. Okay, so now I guess I want to just land a bunch of blows on him. Let's see. What can I do? Oh no, I wasn't ready. Action. I can do flurry of... Oh no, that's a bonus. So this was the bonus action. So I can do
So your regular attack, you get your standard hit and then a free unarmed hit, right?
Yep.
So you get 2 attacks.
Or I could do a sneak. Can I do a sneak attack? Not that I need to.
No. I will say like you caught him off guard, so I will give you combat advantage on this.
Okay.
So roll 2 20s on each of these, and take the highest of the 2.
Cool. So unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Good. Let's see. Ooh, 19.
That's gonna hit.
That's gonna hit.
That's gonna hit.
And then 8 and 20. I've got the dice tonight.
You actually rolled a 20, or did you add up to a 20?
No, I rolled a 20. I didn't add anything to any of these
Okay,
numbers
so
yet.
that's a critical hit on the second one.
Dang.
So,
They're only 1d4 plus 4.
but because you have sneak attack, you were at advantage on these attacks. You get to add, I think, a d6 to each of these damage rolls.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you do that. So you roll your first one and add a d6, and then your bonus. And then your second one, whatever die you roll and your d6 you added, you roll both of those twice because you critically hit the guy. You rolled a natural 20, so that means a critical hit.
Got it. So the first one was a 6.
Okay.
2 plus... What did you say? 2 plus... so 1d4 is... Oh, so I added the 6 here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. No, I added 6 on the first one.
You added to both because they were both sneak attacks.
Totally just fumbled my dice. Hang on. I'll be right back.
How far do you fumble?
They're gone.
Throw it across the room. Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
dang, that went far.
Yeah, I did. 2 plus 6 is 8.
So the first one was 6 and the second one was 8?
Right.
So 14 damage. Alright. So you pop down. Yeah, and you hit him with 2 of your monk blows, and they land really solidly on him. And he kind of like snorts as he's ready for combat. He's going to take his spear that he's holding, and he's going to try to attack you with it. So he was ready to throw it, so he's holding it kind of an awkward way. So I'm going to have him roll at disadvantage to attack you. 13 and 11. So an 11 is at disadvantage. Does a 14 hit your armor class, Waddle?
I have 16.
All right. So he tries to stab down at you, and he's unable to do it.
Nice. Take that, dude.
You notice the red one on the ship you're on goes to make a leap to jump onto the Wark train. It's an 11.
So he's behind me.
Plus 12, 13. So, yeah, you jumped on and engaged the yellow guy on Wark 3. The red hog jumps and lands on the side of the ship. Which, you guys won't be able to see it, but on the stream, I'll put this on. Yeah. Oh, so it's nighttime and it started snowing. I forgot to mention that. So, like, there's a chilly wind. It was already kind of cold from the train moving through the valleys of the Ambrosia Mountains, but this light snow had started just before you guys had taken off, and now it's starting to sting a little bit as the snowflakes hit you. But hey, at least you got power. So Waddle just took his turn. Warp 3, their ship moves up, and now they're within range. The yellow one on their ship's going to try to jump. Ooh. He misses. So I'm going to have him make a reflex save. Okay, so yellow goes to jump onto your ship. And he misses what he wants, makes a reflex save, and so he's hanging on to his ship. Unable to make it, but he did not fall off and die. Making it Dusk. Dusk, it's your turn. 2 ships have now moved up onto you. There is a thwart hog on the back of the ship next to you.
Right next to me? Okay. I guess I'm going to immediately strike at the one who just appeared next to me. Just kind of swing at him with my longsword. Is he pretty close to the edge? Can I maybe...
So, in your actions in the player's handbook, there are things you can do other than attack. Specifically, like, if you're trying to shove somebody. Is that what you're asking? I didn't mean to...
Yeah, if he's close to the edge, maybe I can just shove him off. Oh, yeah, actions in combat. Let me...
Shoving a creature. Using the attack action, you make a special melee attack to shove. So it's a strength athletics check contested by his strength athletics or dexterity. And you can choose to either push him prone or push him 5 feet away from you.
I'm going to push him 5 feet away from me.
All right, so make me an strength athletics check.
Alrighty. Oh no.
And I'm going to make a dex.
That's a 12 on the die plus my strength.
Yeah.
Plus 1, and then plus my athletics as well?
Yes.
Or just plus my athletics?
So it's D20 plus your athletics, and then if you're proficient in it, you would add a plus 3.
Oh, okay. So it's a 12 on the die plus the 15.
All right. So you use your attack, and you go to... How do you envision it? Are you trying to, like, shove him with your shoulder, with your elbow? Are you...
Yeah, I think I've got my hang on. I got my longsword in my left hand, getting ready to strike, and I see this dirty hog jump onto the train, and so I think I just kind of duck, kind of like tuck my arm into my side, and I'm just gonna, hold my sword against myself and just kind of lean into him with my left shoulder as hard as I can, try to shove him away from me.
So you lean in, try to shove him with your blade, and he pulls up this curved sphere thing he's got and steals down and is able to, like, not get pushed. He digs his little hoggy feet in and withstands the brunt of your push and does not go anywhere. He rolled a 19.
Dang.
And he kind of like smirks. It was a very good try.
You darn pigs.
Bado and Gus. I guess Gus went first.
Yeah, I think Gus is ahead of me in the order.
So your entangle worked on one of the guys. The ship is still... They have not jetted right up to you yet. And you know there's one behind you, but you really can't see it.
Yeah. How close is that one that's on the bottom?
They were still 50 away, more or less. Yeah.
Okay.
You could hold your action for them. You could say, I'm going to wait until they get up on me and then do something. You can ready an action and say, I'm going to start the spell. And as soon as they're there,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then yeah, because I have, as a circle of spores, I have blindness, deafness, but I need them to be within 30 feet.
Okay.
So
do you want
I'm gonna try to
hold your action? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they speed up, and now you see them about 20 feet outside of the ship. And you see the guy in blue on their ship. He's going to make a leap attack and try to jump on.
Okay. So I can take my action now that he's kind of...
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to quickly, like, pop my head back out the window and, like, below, like, out of my hand, just like a poof of, like, purple kind of spores.
Okay.
And it says he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
If he fails, he is either blind or deafened. I'm going to try and blind him so he can't find his hook. Like,
It's the best.
What kind of save was it again? I'm sorry.
It says a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so I rolled an 8, and I'm pretty sure your DC is at least a 13.
Yeah, I think it says spell save DC 13.
All right, so I fail. So you see him go to jump, and you throw these spores out the window, and it blinds him. So his jump was good. I'm going to have him make a dexterity saving throw like the last one did, but I'm going to have him at disadvantage, and he's just going to like try to reach and grab the side of the train or fall off. Oh, so he was at disadvantage. He rolled a crit. That does not work. His other roll was a 6, which was not enough. So he tries to jump. You blow spores in his face, and he misses his railing as these little particles hit his eyes, and you see him like hit the ground and roll back.
Oh man, I'm picturing like in like cartoons when they hit the ground, they're spinning still, like they bounce a couple times.
Bado, I'm sorry.
No biggie. I'm way off the map. I'm going to... if I can get to within 120 feet of that last guy on the bottom skimmer...
Yeah.
With one move and still have an action left, so basically not a double move, but a single move.
Within 130?
120. It looks pretty far. I'll dash again.
80, 85, 99, 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. Golly, I'm sorry.
Still running, still huff puffing. I dash.
Like
I'm still dashing to the end then.
Here, well, we're gonna say you triple moved each of these. I'll put your car back. So, like, you get the door open and you kind of see in as stuff's going. An elephant charge, a Zothok charge.
We're on the roof though, right?
Sure. Yeah. Gus was inside. You did not technically specify, so I'm okay with you saying you're on the roof.
Okay. Yeah, I meant to be on the roof from the front.
Then you are on the roof.
Yay! All right.
What were you trying to cast from 120 feet?
I was going to make a big wind-up pitch with my right arm as I run towards my comrades and do an underhanded pitch and use guiding bolt to try and strike down the last warcog on the skimmer on the bottom.
Well, let's say, how does momentum affect magic?
How does what?
Momentum affect magic. The ship's moving one way.
It appears to go slower through the air.
But, okay, so we'll say you have that spell ready. Alright, so we're back to ship 3. Waddle is fighting somebody in blue. The ship's going to pull up more. Here, actually, yeah, we'll say this. We'll say Bado was preparing the spell, and then the ship on the north side, the left side, pulled up basically to the equivalent of you, Bado. And you see the one driving is yellow. He sort of locks down this drive gear, looks over at you, and goes to make a jump to your ship. $16 is enough. Oops. So another Wark hog on the train next to you now, Bado. Nobody is driving the ship Waddle is on. Waddle, the warp hog next to you. You see him sort of turn his sphere over to the crook side, and he sweeps down at your legs with it.
I guess I gotta dodge that.
So the way this works, 16 plus 2 to hit, so an 18. What is your armor class?
16.
All right. So instead of doing damage, he's going to try to trip you. So I need you to make me a strength saving throw as you feel the hook of his thing reach under your foot, and he's trying to pull it to knock you prone.
Whoa.
Make me a strength saving throw.
All right. Strength is +1. So 15 + 1.
16. All right. So he reaches under and tries to pull you, and maybe pull your leg up quickly, or however you want to describe it. If you want to describe it, he's unable to trip you. And then it becomes your turn to attack.
Okay. Can I like step on it and then like propel off of it onto him? Like a grapple?
Yeah, absolutely.
No one's flying the ship we're on?
He engaged the just like forward, and so nobody's technically
Cruise
steering
control.
Gotcha.
So yeah, if you want to grapple,
Grappling pin.
make me a strength acrobatics check.
Okie dokie. It is a 9 + 10 for acrobatics. If you want to do strength, it's a 1 + 9, so it's 10.
So he rolled a 1, so he fails. So he sweeps at your leg, you step onto it, and then pop up and grapple him. He is now considered grappled, which means...
Excellent turnaround.
Excellent.
He is my prisoner.
So on his next turn, he will have to try to escape the grapple. Grappled people, his speed is 0. Basically, he can still attack you and stuff. He just cannot move until grappling is over. Excuse me.
Cool. So he's trapped on the ship.
Yeah. So Waddle has jumped to top and done that. Excellent. Now we're going to move back to the middle ship. Yellow guy's going to spend his movement to stand up. Blue hog is going to make a leap attack to the ship. 15 + 2, so he succeeds. Blue jumps onto the back of the ship. Yellow's going to make his attempt again. And fails again. So he gets up. He's real frustrated. He runs back and he goes, and this time he trips. He doesn't fall off the ship. His reflex save was enough, so he stops himself before going over the edge. And you see he's really frustrated that he didn't make it. And then their ship's gonna pull up, raise up off the ground and start to move above you guys, making it Dusk's turn. I'm gonna move to this view.
I know he has the high ground.
No.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Dusk, so it will be your turn.
All right. I am going to I guess I'm noticing all these hogs hopping on and destabilizing our ship. Is that hog in front of me just still hooked on with his little hooky device thing? his little hook spear?
The yellow guy? So he kind of used it to block you.
Is he a threat to me, or is he...
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna... Is his staff made out of metal?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Yeah, they're made of metal. There's at least segments of it that are mostly metal.
Can I cast a spell and take an action?
Technically casting a spell is an action unless you have an ability that allows you to cast it as a bonus action. And I'm not sure what your warlock stuff says.
Well, I mean, he's like hanging on.
He didn't fall off. No.
Yeah, he's not using the thing, but he's using that device to kind of like latch onto the train, right?
No. The yellow guy next to you is on top of the train. Hanging to the back are red and blue guys that are sort of climbing up it. But those are more like sphere and hooks as opposed to like using them to climb. He maybe using it to like hold himself on. Like as you attacked, he kind of like braced himself with it so he wouldn't push off. But he's not counting on it.
I guess I want to use heat metal to heat up the guy's spear.
Perfect.
And burn his hand, and I was just trying to see if like that would destabilize him any, or if I kick him off after that or something.
I see what you're saying. Let's try the heat metal. Let's see how it plays out.
All right, so heat metal, choose an object within range. Object takes 2. Any creature in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage.
Oh, nice. So it hit.
You use bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna heat up that. Get ready to burn, pig. That's a 17.
17 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just rolled.
That's all right.
For no fucking reason.
Because you automatically heat that metal no matter what, and it's going to start to burn his. Like you smell bacon.
All right. So let me say again. Get ready to burn.
Justice bacon.
Sweet smell of justice.
Ooh, that is a total of 8. 2d8. That's a 5 and a 3.
8 damage. Okay. Let's see.
If the creature is holding or wearing an object, they must succeed a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls until the start of my next turn.
All right, so I have to make a
Constitution saving throw.
All right. +1. I rolled a 3, so I fail. So you heat it, and he lets go, and it flies off the back of the Wark train. You hear like hoo, 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 hoo.
Sweet.
And stick to the ground. So he is an unarmed thwart hog now. Go ahead, make me an attack of opportunity. Let's just say it. Just a regular basic attack with no like magic stuff to it, you know.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lunge forward and kick him in the chest. Kick him off the ship if I can.
All right, make me that strength check.
Alrighty. That is a 17 again, plus 1, 18.
All right, he rolled a 9. So he drops that metal thing because it's hot, and he looks at his hands, looks up, and sees Dusk boot. As you kick him off the back of the train.
Taste my heel, bacon.
Son of Baconator. All right. Making it Gus and Bado's turn.
Okie dokie.
Oops, here's the wrong one. Oh, I'm losing track. Red one got knocked off. That's what. Right. Red
yellow one got knocked off.
Okay, red one's on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, red one's on the back. The yellow one that was
There's a yellow one by Bado.
Correct.
Yeah, I was wondering if that one had moved or not.
Yellow one by Bado. Okay, so these guys are here. Oh, who's piloting? Red. Alright, I think that's right. 3 on the train, 3 knocked off, 3 on the jets. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Gus and Bado.
Okay,
let's let Bado go first.
Yeah.
So Bado, you're on top of the train. One of them just jumped on next to you.
But he's close, right?
Yeah, he's close.
I was gonna do a ranged spell.
Let's say he is not within. He won't hit you immediately.
Oh, okay. Then I'll finish up my guiding bolt.
All right. So tell us about guiding bolt again.
Guiding bolt shoots a bolt of radiant light towards your target. 48 damage. I need to make a ranged spell attack.
And who are you attacking? Oh, you're attacking the bottom Wark driver, right?
No, I'm attacking this dude who just jumped over.
Okay. So
he could have survived or had a better chance if he had just stayed on his freaking boat. Let's see here.
So you're praying to your nihilist god.
We are nihilist.
He has not suffered enough. Damn.
Yeah, Mr. Lebowski. And we've cut off your Johnson.
Only 10 to hit.
No, that voice.
A 10 does not hit.
I am not surprised.
You've still got a move action if you'd like, or if you have any bonus actions.
Nope.
Nope. All right, Gus.
Okay. I can't see the ones hanging on still, right? Like they're kind of around the corner from me.
But you hear scuffling upstairs, and the one you were looking at is like alongside you now, outside that window.
Okie dokie. I have Chill Touch as a Circle of Spore spell, so I'm gonna try and cast that at him.
Does that say you have to like actually touch them, or does it have a range?
That's what I was looking. It actually says it has a range of 120 feet.
There you go. Okay.
I would think they'd have to touch them, but yeah, I guess it describes it as a ghostly skeletal hand. But I'm gonna picture like kind of like that. I kind of like point like my hand open palmed at him, and like a version of it made out of kind of blue spores kind of comes off of my hand.
Cool.
And just kind of flies over to him to try to just smack into his face.
Right.
Do I need to make a?
Do I need to make? It's either a ranged spell attack for you, or I have to make a save.
Yeah, it says make a ranged spell attack against the creature.
Okay, so you'll roll a d20, and then your character will have a. I think magic attacks are 8 plus your spell modifier plus proficiency. So it'll be 11 plus whatever you use to cast the spells. If it's intelligence or wisdom or charisma.
Wisdom. Which I have. Sorry, I have a bunch of windows open here.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, I rolled a 17.
Okay, a 17 will hit.
Okay.
So now roll me that damage.
Roll you that damage. 1d8. Actually, wait. It says when you reach. We're 5th level, right?
Yeah.
So it's 2d8. It says.
Love it.
So I rolled a 6 and a 8. Ooh.
14 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, it hits him, and it looks like it does a little more damage than... Not more damage than you'd think it would have, but it looks like it hit him particularly well.
Okay, I just picture it slaps him across the face really hard.
Oops, did I move my camera? Alright, so it is his ship's turn. So you see him, like, he engages the forward thrust and sort of locks it in. Then you see him start to cast a spell, and you see flames from his hand, and he shoots a scorching ray at the bottom of the ship. On a hit, okay. 6. So you see this flash of light in the darkness. You hear snowflakes sizzle as they hit his flame, and he shoots this mote to fire out, and the Wark kind of shifts a little bit as it hits beneath it. Everything seems to be okay, but you start to notice a little rattle that wasn't there before, and he looks kind of pleased with himself. Top of the order, the guy that Waddle is grappling. He's going to try to escape the grapple.
How dare he?
So I believe it's opposed athletics checks again.
I mean, you probably know better than I do. Let's see.
So it's the same thing you rolled last time. He rolled a 16.
And I roll again?
Yeah, you roll it again.
16 plus... What am I weighing it against? Acrobatics? No.
If you rolled a 16 and add something, you'll succeed, because he rolled a 16.
Yep.
So, like, he tries to shimmy out, and you feel like that surge of... how do I say this? You feel a strength coming from you that you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this. You kind of squeeze him a little more. Making it your turn, Waddle, as he's unable to escape from that.
So, questions.
Yeah.
Can I... During action, you can't do something like pickpocket or anything like that, right?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Sleight of hand.
All right, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to pace out like a flurry of blows using another key point, and also pickpocket him, and also in the middle of that be like, "Who sent you?" I don't know. Is that too much?
Okay, so how many? You flurry of blows is 3 hits.
Yeah. So you get your attack, and then you get two bonus attacks.
I will let you sub one of those for a pickpocket. So instead of doing damage, you can swipe something off of him.
I can use my sleight of hand and just while I'm hitting him in the face and he doesn't notice, just snatch something randomly.
Yeah, for sure, you can do that.
Cool.
And then you can ask him who sent you. So make all 3 of those attacks.
Okay, here we go. Ooh, 4 and 20 and 7.
All right.
What do I add to those?
So since your classes allows you to add your dexterity instead of your strength.
So
your dexterity
4,
bonus. Yeah.
So 11, 24, and I forget what the first one was. 4, 8.
So 2 of them miss and one of them is a critical success. Do you want that critical success to be an actual punch, or do you want that to be the pickpocket?
Pickpocket.
All right. So you go to punch, and he is able to shift out of the way. You go to punch again, and he shifts out of the way. And on the third one, you reach in the back, and you grab like a folded up scroll, like a note. You pull it out and it unfurls in the flapping wind, and you see the face of Kyrus, the guy you've got in the back of the ship. And then you yell, "Who sent you?" Right? Wisp said to watch out for Wark technology. You're the ones he's been looking for.
Wow.
Dusk. No, I'm sorry. The second ship goes before Dusk.
Correct.
So it pulls up and it's kind of like hovering above you now. I forgot. One of these guys was on the other ship. So Dusk, you see... We're just going to move these guys to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And they're going to double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Shift key. So two of them jump up the side and they start running towards the front of the train. Dusk, it is your turn.
All right. What are we on here? Top view?
Yeah. We can move to whatever view you want. I'm just trying to keep it...
No, I got you. This is good. All right.
Oh, I've been... Haha. So two of them just ran past you.
Okay, I'm gonna yell at them and try to get like their attention to stop. So I'm gonna use vicious mockery and just like what? I mean, they ran past me, so I'm gonna exclaim, what in tarnation, you filthy swine! Get the heck back over here and pay for your crimes.
All right. Does it affect both of them?
You unleash a string of insults with a subtle enchantment at a creature within range.
Red or blue?
Let's see. Who's closer?
Or red?
Let's do red.
All right. So it's a spell save, or is it an attack?
They must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take a d4 psychic damage.
Wisdom saving throw. All right. I'm going to roll wisdom saving throw for him. He rolled a 13. He rolled a 12. And so I think your number's at least a 13.
My wisdom?
Your spell save will be on your character sheet. And your spell save's generally 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he fails the vicious mockery.
This spell's damage increases by a d4 when you reach 5th level. Or that's only 5th level spells, right? Or does that mean because
when
I'm
you
at
reach...
level 5?
Yeah, because you're level 5.
Okay, so 2d4. 2d4 comes out to 8. 4 and 4.
8 damage. All right, and is he paralyzed? Does he stop? I forgot what the...
They just take psychic damage and they have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay.
So I guess, I was trying to get his attention to stop and look back at me, and quit running. So I don't know if that worked or not, but...
He looks back and he looks frustrated. That thing you did frazzled his brain, and he looks real pissed at you, and he stops and looks back at you. You're not quite sure if he's not continuing forward or what, but he does look like he's stopped his momentum at the very least.
Okay. Can I still approach him just a little bit?
Yeah.
In this? Yeah, I'm just gonna walk towards him menacingly.
All right. Love it. Bado, you see two of the hogs come up from the back of the ship and run towards you. Dusk yells some of his metal incantations at them, and one of them seems frustrated by it. The other one seems to be continuing towards you, and then the one that had jumped on the ship behind you
It's still there.
is still there, yeah. I'm losing track of their initiatives. I thought color coding them was going to help, and it's making it harder. I think yellow was supposed to be on the first round, actually. Right? Because he jumped off of this ship? Yeah. So you noticed he started climbing down in between the cars to the doorways. So we'll say he did that on his round.
No, you don't.
Okay, yeah, so now it's your turn. Bado.
All right, I'm going to cast blindness on him, on the one that just is starting to crawl down between the cars, because I'm going to lose him.
All right, spell save or attack?
It is a save.
All right.
Constitution.
Oof, I failed. 5 plus... Alright, yeah, I failed. So he is blinded.
Yep.
Creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against him have advantage, and his attack rolls have disadvantage. So he starts to climb down and is like, what the fuck? I can't see! I can't see! And he holds the railing tighter and sort of pins himself to it as he starts to like shake his head trying to figure out what's going on. You still have a move action if you would like it, or bonus actions if you have any.
I will step back I will step back so that I'm not within one move of those
Gotcha.
guys.
Gotcha. All right, Gus, you hear running on top of you as the red and blue were making their way up. And then you hear one of them starting to climb down the steps at the front of the car you're in. But then you hear him yell like, oh, what's going on? I can't see. And there's one also outside your window that's been humming alongside you that you just hit with the cold touch.
Okay. Let's see. I am. Going to. I'm kind of running low on like range things, so I'm glad that someone's coming closer. Is that so? There's a door between me and the guy who just talked. Is he is like the door's still closed? I guess.
Yeah, door's still closed, but you hear them on the exterior.
Okie dokie. I am going to. See if I cast Shillelagh on my staff. Is that kind of like my action, sort of?
The spell will say how long it takes to cast. It'll say an action or a bonus action.
Say Shillelagh again.
Shillelagh.
Let me look up Shillelagh.
I'll say it like Gus.
Shillelagh.
So Shillelagh is a bonus action. So yes, you can still. It's like you get your move, you get your action, and then you get a bonus action. So yes, you can do other stuff. For the duration of your spellcasting ability, instead of strength for the attack and weapons damage die becomes D8. Very cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, and if I read that correctly, so I have spell attack plus 5, and for attack I have plus 5 then?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kind of like, I know the guy's kind of running alongside the ship, but I'm not sure what I can do to reach him right now, so I'm going to, I hear the commotion at the door, and sort of the staff that I have that has kind of a little purple glow at the top, I'm going to kind of smack it on the ground, and the purple glow is going to kind of like cover the whole thing now.
Cool.
And I'm just going to kind of charge to that door. Can I do like an attack where like I knock the door open and hit him, like one move, or?
So you cast the spell. You ran to the door. You could open the door. There's like a lever, but that would be about it.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to run close to the door and just get ready to like attack anyone who comes to the door.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Then it's these guys' turn. This bottom ship. So kind of outside the windows, each Wark train has like 3 windows on either side, and you see the ship like kind of hovering alongside you. Top of the order again. we've got this top ship that's starting to like drift a little because nobody's technically driving it. So Trevor, you see this guy you're like grappling. He reaches into a pouch. Let's see. Let's roll. Let's do a random. Let's see what he pulls out. Cool. He reaches around back as you're kind of grappling him, and you see him grab this, it's like a small wicker crate, and he pries it open, and a bunch of centipedes fall out on the ground around your feet. Like swarming centipedes. Swarm of insects.
Wow, alright. Fun. What do I know about centipedes?
I gotta look it up real quick. It was like a random thing that he had. 338. So I didn't know before.
It's centipede collection.
Don't you like to eat centipedes?
Swarm of insects. All right, so these things hit the ground and start climbing around, and you start to feel little nibbles on your bare feet there, Waddle.
Gross.
16 plus 3 is a 19.
Oof.
So you take 4 points of damage from the centipedes starting to chew at your feet, and he like smiles at you as he's like shaking out the last of the basket of centipedes on your feet.
Man.
Now it's your turn, Waddle.
All right. The ship's flying off. There's centipedes on the face of the ship, eating my feet. There's a pig with a basket.
It's just a hilarious image in the middle of a fight. He just pulls out a bunch of a bag of like bugs and just starts throwing them at you.
So you notice some of these hogs, they've got like different instruments with them, different pseudo Wark tech contraptions with them. And this one was one like it. So maybe it wasn't Wicker, it was Worker. He did the thing. Yeah, Waddle. So
Let's see. I guess I want to do. I don't want to stay on the ship anymore, though. If these little things are eating my feet.
You want to try to jump back to the train?
But if he gets away,
Your call, doll.
live to see another day.
I can help with that.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know how I would let you know that.
Okay.
You can also hold
If
your
I see
action.
you jumping, I'll be like, "Come on back! I'll get him from here."
I want to take a. We're over the train, right? We're not,
No, you're alongside it. You're,
okay. We're down behind.
Yeah, but you're you were sort of drifting off, so it's like 10, 15 feet between you and the train.
Gotcha.
Each round you've got 6 seconds, right? It's an abstraction of 6 seconds, so you can have a slight conversation yelling back and forth, right? Like, think of it like a movie or a cartoon. So if you want to jump off and you need help, tell it like it was a movie, you know?
Let's see. So I guess, Bado, can you catch me?
Yes, if that is something that I can actually do. I can try.
Here I come, and I guess what do I gotta?
Do you
I
want
can
to
make that, right?
Yeah, you can make it, or if you want to spend your other key point to ensure it, because you've seen a couple of these guys try to make the jump and not make it.
I better do it. I'm gonna spend my key point to make it.
Trying to think if I've got any spells that would help with this.
So I guess I take a run and jump, and do I roll?
Yeah, you roll a acrobatics check.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, 17 plus 10.
Yeah, so you...
That's everything against acrobatics from now on.
Yeah.
The
So-
safe zone.
You tumble into his arms.
I just died
Catch you princess
in your
style.
arms tonight. Yeah, he drops his
Princess
basket
Buttercup into Andre the Giant's arms.
Dropped this bag of centipedes and it gave you the heebie-jeebies. So you shoved him away and then monk jumped back onto your ship.
Cool.
Bado, that blindness, is it until the end of your next turn?
No, it's it lasts a minute, but he does get to make a save every turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make the save. What kind of save is it?
It is Constitution again.
Constitution.
Against 15.
I rolled a 15 plus 1, 16. So
He can see!
But that's at the end of its turn, right?
Let me double check that real quick. Yes.
Okay. So he gets down and you see him shake it off and oh, I can see. And maybe lets go of the ladder and lands, but does not go any further. Gus, so you hear the weight of one of the hogs hit in between the carts, but has not opened the door. And then Waddle went. Ship 2 was red and blue guys here. So red was taunted by Dusk and didn't like that. So red turns around, reaches behind his back, and quickly throws a flask of something at Dusk. You see this flask fly through the air and hit... let's see. He throws this flask on the ground sort of between you. So it didn't look like he threw it at you. He kind of tossed it up. It hits and flames erupt from this vial of alchemist's fire. And so there's I don't have any fire on here. It's Photoshop. I guess I could add it.
Well, imagine it.
So there's a flame on top of the ship now. Dusk, between you and him.
Between us?
Yeah.
All right.
And then it'll be your turn. Dusk.
All right. I'm going to immediately counter with Boarding Wind, which it extinguishes unprotected flames in the area that are only torch size or smaller. This is bigger than
That are only what? I'll allow it.
All right.
Avatar shit going on.
DM allows it.
So he throws
right.
this flask of alchemist fire down, and you immediately... What was the spell called?
It's called Warding Wind. So I'm gonna. It's like, oh, gotta. It's like let's make it a little windier in here, and then out here or whatever. And then I'm gonna put my hands out, cast Warding Wind on the flames, and try to blow the flame essentially back towards the hog, cook him up some more.
So he looks pissed. He threw this fire down, and the cinematic I see is this fire hits, this smoke erupts, and then you push forward with this shield of wind, and the smoke kind of blows back into his eyes like he's sitting on the wrong side of a campfire, and that smoke just clears around you. It looks like it didn't even touch you.
Awesome.
Yeah, you hear an echo. Maybe it was a chord you struck or sang, and it kind of echoes in the valley. But as that smoke clears, you see the blue warthog jump down between the trains, and Gus, you see the door open, and as the blue guy hits the door open and faces you, and they go, "There's Kyrus!" Making it Bado's turn. Bado, top of the train. They've both gotten down between the carts and have opened the door. You've just saved Waddle jumping over from the other ship, and Dusk is engaged with one of them on the roof. What would you like to do?
I was gonna try and take out this blue guy on the ship, but no, we've got bigger fish to fry. I moved to intercept at the junction between the cars, and I cast Spiritual Weapon to summon a. What are they using? They're using like Vortex spears. I'll make Spiritual Weapon in the shape of a harpoon. To attack them with.
All right.
And let me roll it.
So that's like you summon this weapon from holy, like divine energies?
Yep. I say they have not suffered enough, Phil Motter.
Spiritual weapon can be with the shape of your choice.
It can, but I mean it's the same weapon. You don't get special things related to the shape. It's thematic.
Still cool.
All right. So you, do you want a harpoon, blue or yellow?
Blue.
All right.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Nine points of damage.
9 points. All right, so you fire this harpoon at him, and it catches him in his left arm. Grabs a nice chunk out.
Do I get a squeal? There we go.
Is there like a rope attached to it?
No, because it floats. It's
Okay.
a magic.
You got a move action if you'd like one.
Yep, I'll move up to the space between the cars in preparation to move down.
Okay.
Or I'll move down if I can.
Yeah, so you want to just drop down betwixt them?
No,
Or do you want to stay
like a
up
bad
top?
idea.
Okay.
I'll stay up top.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Okay, cool.
Hey,
What's up?
Brian, I forgot about something.
Tell me about it.
So warding wind, I didn't realize this. One of the effects of it is it deafens everyone in the area.
How big's the area?
The area,
2 miles?
10-foot radius.
I think you were outside of the radius because it was between you guys. So there was like a
Okay.
pop. Gus heard it inside. Kyrus is in the cage like, what's going on, man? So yeah, the pop happened, but it did not affect anybody in the immediate area.
Okay.
Gus, the door opens as you see these hogs jump down. One of them gets speared by a holy weapon from the cleric in your party, but now they are standing at the front of the cart that you were waiting for.
Okay. Question first, real quick. What is it if the thing says I use my reaction? Is that like an actual action I do, or is that just something that happens on someone else's turn?
A reaction has a trigger. So if somebody hits you and it says like you can take a reaction to counter it or something, or yeah.
Well, just because of this Halo of Spores says you can use your reaction to deal damage when someone you see moves within 10 feet of you or starts their turn in 10 feet of you.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
It's right to use that.
So as the door opened, you could spend a react. You get one reaction a turn. It is a bonus action, right?
Okay.
So you can spend that bonus action right now to cast that as the door was opening.
Okay. So yeah, as the door opens, so Halo of Spores says I'm surrounded by invisible necrotic spores that are harmless until you unleash them. So I imagine like in like a panic as the door opens and like the yellow one's closer, I imagine, because he was down there first. It's kind of like a whoop, and it's like a sphere that was around me but invisible kind of goes visible for a second, and kind of like zaps him a little bit. He's like blind, so he doesn't know where it came from.
He's blinded. Does it do any damage?
Yeah, well, he's still blind from last time, right?
No, he had just got his sight back. He
Okay.
dropped down, the door opened, and then the spores hit him. He's like, no, what the
Yeah, so it's kind of like popped him in the face a little bit. It just says it does 1d4 damage.
That's the pyramid shaped one.
Yeah. I keep closing my app for some reason. Okay, there
It's
it goes.
alright.
Just one.
1 damage.
One
Okay.
damage.
So if somebody hits you, and it says,
like,
"Oh, I hear him! I hear the stream in the background."
Yeah. Oh, this is because of this Halo Explorer.
Is somebody listening to us?
Is that
Oh.
beneath?
Okay, it's gone now. All right. So Gus, you blinded him. Do you want to move at all, or are you good staying
No,
where
that
you are?
doesn't. Sorry, that doesn't blind him. It just damages him. I was just asking if he was blinded already.
Okay, it pocket sands him. So it does 4 damage. You still got your actual attack and move.
Yeah, it just did 1 damage to him, and yeah, now I'm gonna just kind of try to pop him in the face with the shillelagh staff.
Roll it. You get to add a +5 to this.
All right, +5 to the attack is a total 17.
17 hits.
Okay, and it does. I think shillelagh makes it do 1d8 now.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, so only 2 damage, but I am gonna use. So I'm using like everything at once here. The Goblin ability, Fury of the Small. When you damage a creature, you deal extra damage according to equal to your level. You know, like once per rest.
So you're gonna do an extra 5 damage.
It's an extra 5 damage, so it'll be 7 in total. I'm just gonna be like do like a little goblin screech as I'm kind of scared too by him opening the door and just like smack him in the face really hard from underneath his jaw.
So yeah, door opens, you blast him with these spores, you run and screech, and you hit him, and it's enough to knock him between the trains and down beneath.
Whoa. Is he the one that yelled out, "There's Kyrus"?
I do not remember at this point. That was years ago. What are you talking about?
I want to say it was the blue one.
Yeah, we'll say it was the blue one.
The one who got speared. Cool.
Yeah.
So
There's
the
Kyrus.
third ship is sitting next to you again. He's gonna cast another. You see more flames appear on his hand, and he chunks another mote of fire at the side of the ship. The ship rocks, and you start to hear a panel flapping loose on the side of the ship. And maybe you start to smell a little cindering smoke inside the cabin, Gus. Top of the order. This ship here. Waddle, the guy that you were arguing with earlier, he's kind of gained control of the ship again. He picks up a spear and he chunks one in your direction. And the wind takes it and it doesn't hit. Waddle, you're up. You saw your friend Bado jump, but he did not jump between the trains. You saw 2 of the hogs jump between the trains, and there are 3 ships still around you. What would you like to do?
I want to throw. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I want to throw a dart at the centipede asshole.
Do it.
All right. Gonna throw a dart. Gonna throw a dart. How do I throw a dart?
It's gonna be a ranged attack using your dexterity.
Good. So it's 10 plus 4. Is that right?
Plus you rolled what?
I rolled 10.
Plus your dexterity bonus plus proficiency bonus. So most rolls in this game will be the D20 plus your ability modifier plus proficiency bonus.
I feel like I've been doing that wrong.
It's all right.
So 10 plus 4 plus 3, so 17.
That hits.
And then, let's see. I roll for a dart. Sorry, I'm going through all these pages here. Equipment. Why did I think of that? Most equipment.
What's up?
1d4 plus 4. 1d4. So 3 plus 4 is 7.
7. All right. You throw a dart, and you see it hit him in the throat, and he kind of like and leans over on the stick, and you see as he slumps over, the ship start to drift towards your ship, and you feel like metal on metal as the ship starts to lean into the Wark and push it some. But he is out. I'm going to put him like that.
Say, Pato did it.
He's sleeping.
Alright, making it this guy's turn. So the one that's been what's up, Kraken? The one that has been flying over you. Let's see. This is top-down view. Did I? Dusk, you see him like start to lower on top of you again. And he drops a flask of acid down towards you onto the ship.
What a dick.
Flaccid dick.
2d6. Alright, so the side of the ship was already smoking from the bolts that the bottom Wark was hitting. This guy's dropped some acid, and you see it starting to kind of like eat through part of the Wark. So there's like an acrid smell in the air. Some of that smoke is still lingering from that earlier alchemist's fire. And you see him kind of looking over, snarling and snorting at you, Dusk, making it Dusk's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna look up at him and yell. He's you're talking about the red one up in the ship, right?
Yeah. So there's a red one up on the ship, and then there's a red one you've been taunting on top of the train with you.
Oh! I thought you said he jumped inside.
There's one pig on top of the train, one hog at the door of the train, and then two hogs piloting Warks, whistling Warks. One of the Warks is above you, one's to the side of you. There's a third whistling Wark that is unarmed, that is now just sort of like dragging into the side of your ship because its pilot is dead.
Okay. I am going to look up at the pig and the red one up in the ship and kind of curse him like that was a dirty trick. And I'm going to cast Unseen Servant on the ship.
Okay.
And like basically have the Unseen Servant can I have him strangle him?
I don't think they can do
attacks.
Yeah.
It can't attack. Yeah, it can't attack.
It can interact with stuff.
Can it just start just messing up the ship's controls, just like grabbing the controls from that guy?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant. Just kind of, Oh. Wait a second.
Done that at the start of the encounter. Just one of the ships just goes woo.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Or a crash land.
Oh, I wish I could combine this with Hellish Rebuke, but that would be cool. But anyway, yeah.
Can you have him carry your Hellish Rebuke to them? I have a message for you.
Hellish Rebuke would be if they damaged me, he would just catch on fire after they damaged me.
Yeah.
Which is pretty great. But no, okay, so Unseen Servant, I'm just gonna take this and then go get him, partner, and then cast Unseen Servant and have the guy take the controls and try to crash it. Basically, just get them all haywire and throw them off course.
Okay, so you cast that. You see the ship rock a little bit as the pseudo weight of this creature you summoned. I'm going to have that resolve on the ship's next turn. As you were doing that, I forgot to give this fella behind you his turn. So as you're focusing up there on that, he's going to step forward and he's going to try to trip you with his hooked thing. So it's a standard attack. Does a 15 hit you, Dusk?
Against my armor class?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so you cast your Unseen Servant, and right as you cast it, you feel something grab your ankle, and instead of dealing damage, he's going to knock you prone. So you hit the train, and you're looking up at the bottom of the Wark Whistler. Bado, you are up.
All right. First, I can use my bonus action first, right?
Yeah. Any order.
Any order. Yeah. Bonus action. I'm gonna use my spiritual weapon, the harpoon, to attack the guy in between the cars again.
Okay. Roll that attack, por favor.
Boo! 12 to hit.
12 hits. They are not all the same class. They are not all the same class.
And then that'll be 15 points of damage.
Yay.
All right, so he looks like he's barely hanging on.
Had enough. If he's still hanging on, then I will finish the job with. I'm gonna call down Sacred Flame.
Ground him into sausage.
He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
I do not succeed. Let me get my camera better. I rolled a 7 plus. I will not succeed. So you hit him with this divine harpoon, and then summoned a divine power to finish the job.
Yep, just bolt from on high, flame-like radiance. 4 points.
All right, so Gus, you see this pig start to walk in, and a sphere of blinding white light hits him in the back, and he looks up, and then bolt of God magic pushes him down beneath the Wark.
He also falls down.
Yeah. Gus, it is your turn. There is one on the ship above you, one floating to the left of you, and then you don't know, but there's another one flying above you. You also hear metal scraping as the Wark to the side of you that is no longer piloted by anybody starts dragging metal into the right side of the ship.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, what's happening up there? Crazy.
What would you like to
do? Okay. Yeah, okay, so I'm not too sure what's going on upstairs, but I do know this guy on the side is being a problem. I'm gonna kind of look up and like I'm a little worried to step out because of these blinding lights. Just like, what the hell was that? Like, worried that it's gonna hit me too. Is he close enough? Like, how close is the guy who's been firing at the ship?
I mean, he's pretty close to it. He's been within 5 or 10 feet, as close as he can.
Okay.
And there's windows.
Is he up close where the door is, or is he like?
No. He's sort of sitting towards the back where Kyrus was in this cage.
Okay.
And he's been like firing motes towards the back of the ship.
Okie dokie. Let's see. I think I want to get to him or stop him. I have the ability jump, a spell called jump.
Okay.
Can I use that on myself? It says you touch a creature, but can I touch myself?
Yeah. If you think about it, you touch yourself.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm worried about my little goblin leg making a jump, but I'm gonna like kind of peek around the corner of the like little gap between the cars.
Okay.
And see him, and I'm gonna try and like I touch my feet, my own little feet, and they kind of like sparkle a little bit. I'm gonna try and give it a little hop. So like over there, it says I triple my creature's jump distance is tripled.
So you want to land on his ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics. I have +3. I got a +3. I got a 12.
All right, yeah. So with your magic little boots, you kind of wiggle, and land on the ship.
Oh man, with that sound, I imagine it's like Luigi, how he kind of flutters his feet sometimes, or like Yoshi.
Abba back. So casting a spell was your action, and then you jumped to move. And so he kind of looks up at you and is like surprised, and you see the damage on the side of the ship. You see a panel like flapping open on the side. You hadn't quite noticed before.
Okay. I'm like, he said it's funny. He's surprised. I'm surprised too that worked. I'm just kind of standing there like, what?
All right, so it is their turn now. His turn, at the very least. He reaches into a pouch and he hurls a flask of acid at the side of the train that they'd been focusing on. Hits. Alright, so acid hits and it starts to melt away where this weak spot was, and now there's an opening in the side of the ship, and you can see Kyrus kind of poking his head out. It seems to have eaten through part of where his cage was, and so he's kind of looking out this gap as the wind's blowing by, trying to see what's going on. Top of the order. This ship is starting to really drag on the side. The loud dragging of metal and steel and stone are everybody can hear it at this point on the ship. Waddle, you are up.
Okay. Do I have rope?
Yeah, rope's your thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I want to rope that ship and tie it to ours if I can. I want that ship.
So there used to be
unless it's all centipede still.
Unless I mean, there's still centipedes crawling on it.
I'll let someone else deal with that. I just want to tie it down.
What would you like? Do you want to do that right now? What would you?
I feel like if I don't do it right now, it's gonna be gone by the end of the turn. Next turn.
So make me a. Oh, I don't know. Knowledge. I don't know what.
Let me look it up real quick.
So like lasso?
Yeah, because there used to be use rope was an actual skill in 3rd edition. I'm trying to think what the generic use of this would be. Trevor, roll me a d20 first. Let's see if what you would roll.
Might not even matter, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just an athletics check.
14, and I add...
Like some dex, yeah.
I guess I gotta add whatever we choose.
Yeah, if you rolled 14, you would add your dex and then proficiency, because you're proficient with rope.
18 plus 3 is 21.
And you specifically built your character about, like, being tied up. So you, like, you pull out the good rope for this.
Yeah.
And you...
Good rope.
Yeah, so you throw the rope and you're able to lasso that control rod in the center. And you can kind of pseudo steer this from the side.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a inspiration die. So you've got a free d20 to use before the end of the game, which we're coming close to. All right. The ship that was on top, noticing the smoke and acid that's happening, it drops its ship. Wait. So he goes to drop his ship, and then you notice it, like, hit the brake all of a sudden and drop back as the unseen servant hits the clutch wrong. And he sort of, like, endors it, right? He, like, Erk! Stops as you guys continue past it. So Dusk is prone. This warp hog kind of walks above him. Spins his spear around to the pointy end, and he's going to make an attack on Dusk, who's on the ground.
Yikes.
You are prone, but he's attacking with melee. An attack against you has advantage if he's within 5 feet. So this attack has advantage on it.
Yikes.
A 7 and a 9. An 11 does not hit, does it?
Nope.
All right, so he tries to strike down at you, and maybe you dodge it. Maybe
He tries to be too grandiose, and a simple, like, shift to the side dodges it. Now
so he
you
misses
die.
and pierces the top of the Wark train, but he misses. Dusk.
I'm going to hit him with an Eldritch Blast right in the face. And also, at the same time, the unseen servant is still just messing with the controls.
Yeah, you see that guy. His ship has dropped 50 yards already as he's, like, trying to figure out what's going on, and he's effectively out for the moment.
Yeah, let me slam him with an Eldritch. Let me slam the other. Then not him, right? The other one who spiked me.
Yeah, so there's one on top of the train with you, and then one on a whistler to the left of you, and that's all that's left in the effective area.
Okay, so the one who tried to stab me but missed, I'm gonna hit him with the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
That beam of energy streaks toward a creature. Make a range attack. Target takes 1d10. If you reach, 2 beams at 5th level, so 2d10s. And it's a cantrip.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And I think it's under hit, my hit DC, it says +5. What does that mean?
What's the attack? Is it ranged spell attack? It's probably 8 plus your ability plus 3. But I did forget something.
Back time.
I don't know. What do I roll?
Roll d20. This guy had multi-attack, and I've not been using it, so
Ooh.
I'm going to attack, you fire your bolts, and then he's going to make his other attack.
So do I add this +5 to the d20?
That's to hit. No.
No, you're right. That's to hit. That's to hit.
Yeah.
So that's a 12, but
12 does not hit this guy.
no. Okay.
But so he swung at you. You dodged out of the way. Tried to cast an Eldritch Blast. He dodged out of the way. You're still prone. So he picked his spike up and then swept with a slicing motion instead of a piercing motion. And he had advantage. And Dusk, he crit. So Dusk, which hand?
It's gonna be my strumming hand, so my right hand.
So he picks the blade up, dodges, sweeps, and cuts your strumming hand off. And your hand flies off the back of the ship.
Ah! Tarnation!
Send your servant to get it.
It hits the windshield. Bado, you just saw your bard friend's hand get sliced off.
Yo.
Where's that animal rage now?
Golly, that's smart!
Owie, 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 owie. I can try and cure wounds, but I don't think I can reattach a hand.
No, yeah, this seems pretty severed, and your friend is still pinned on the ground with this guy overlooking him. Waddle behind you has the abandoned Wark, or the undriven Wark, roped, and then you noticed your goblin friend Gus has jumped over to the other one.
I'm gonna go full bore after this guy towering over my comrade Dusk. So spiritual weapon, direct it to attack my harpoon. It will roll. It rolls a 18 to hit.
It hits.
And that is... I have to roll a little special thing here for this guy. 10 points of damage.
So he...
And then
Yeah.
another follow-up. I was going to do another Sacred Flame on top of that.
Okay.
The power of Elmater compels you to stop.
So this guy
It's another save.
pierces... Oh, another save?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 20, so I saved on that second one.
Yep.
Does it do half damage?
No, I think it's all... you negated it.
So...
Yep.
This guy pierces down at Dusk. Dusk dodges out of the way, casts his Eldritch Blast. The hog misses it with Dusk's hand up. He swipes that hand off. It flies off. And then charging from behind with the sacred harpoon, Bado spears the pig and starts to pick him up as the life drains from him. And you try to call your god's energy down upon him, but it's not quite enough. But he's flailing on the end of this harpoon anyway and is dead.
Grim.
So he is down. Gus, you are on the thing with the last one alive.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see him throwing that acid over there, and I want to I charge at him to be 10 feet of him. And I'm about to I'm swinging my staff as if I'm about to hit him. The last minute, I kind of pull it back closer to me, kind of looking down the staff like you're shooting pool or something like that.
Yeah.
And give a strong puff of air. I'm gonna cast poison spray, and the staff has these holes on the end of it, and it just kind of poofs out this green gas out in his face.
Very cool. I imagine that's a
It says
save.
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
I rolled a 1. So
Oh.
I fail. So he breathes it in extra like it's patchouli. Tell me that damage.
Let's see. It is at level 5, 2d12. So that is in total 10.
10 damage. All right, he like starts like gasping for air, and like the ship starts swerving a little bit as he's trying to like gain his composure with all of that. He's barely hanging on. It looks like that looks like it really did a lot to him. Top of the order. So, Waddle, you've successfully, like, this thing's looking worse for wear. The Whistler you've warped, like, the left fin is real damaged from hitting the side of your ship. But you have it under control, and you're able to tie it to the side of the Wark, your train. You see your friend Gus having a little spat over on the other one. And then the ship that was in the distance is like you guys are pulling away from it fast. So it's like in the snow and the darkness, you can barely see it as it's out of sight.
Cool. So we got one guy up. Dusk is still down.
Dusk is just on his back, but there's only one enemy remaining. It's on the ship with Gus.
Okay. Can I do like a check on Dusk?
You can do like a knowledge medicine if you've got that.
Yeah, I got that. Wisdom +2 to medicine. So I rolled a 9 +2 is 11. And do I have proficiency?
So you're like with that roll, you're able to see that his hand's gone, but he's gonna survive. And it looks like some of the residual energy Bado tried to bring down that last of the lightning maybe helped cauterize that cut. So he looks like he's in pain, but he'll make it through.
I'm doing all right, little Waddle.
All right.
I'm doing okay. Can you help me get inside?
Yeah, I mean, is there a hatch or?
You can drop down between the carts like the other guys had.
Okay.
Haven't done a one-handed pull-up since high school. Let me just give it a shot here.
So Waddle, you want to?
Like,
huh?
Little halflings like dragging him.
You know how to lift another person's weight and use it to your advantage. I'll say you've done it before. Let's put this back here. All right, so Waddle's going to assist Dusk back into the ship.
You can use this inspiration dice maybe to do something. I don't know.
Yeah, you absolutely could. You see
Can I?
Gus on the... Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on you guys. Waddle, you do have an inspiration die. Yeah.
I heard the... Listen, Waddle, I heard the... I'm great. I heard the pigs talking about Kyrus. I'm just thinking, I'm doing okay. Maybe we should just go make sure this guy wasn't trying to escape during this whole time, and just make sure he's still put.
You want to check on Kyrus?
Yeah, kind of. But then I also want to fix my hand.
If we have time.
I'm not stressing it. I mean, it's crispy and it's not bleeding.
Awesome. All right. Well, let me escort you into this train then.
All right, so Waddle and Dusk, it'll take you around to sort of like shimmy down there. So we're going to go to Bado. Real quick, you're standing over the corpse of the hog you just defeated. There's one left to the side of you, and then the one in the distance you can't even see anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get the one to the side of me. How far away is it from where I am?
Like 10, 15 feet.
Dope. That is within range. It's harpooning time.
Sick.
Roll into hit. Aw, only 11 to hit.
Waddle, you can gift your inspiration die to other players.
I did that.
Who did you gift it to?
Gifted it to Gus. Sorry about it.
That's right.
Wait.
Okay.
And I said, Hey, Gus. You're doing great, little buddy.
That was just my bonus action, so I'm gonna try guiding bolt, the old underhand. Yeah, all right,
pitch.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
I thought that was your turn.
I still hear Waddle saying that, just like thumbsing up from the distance, like, thanks.
20 points of damage.
All right, so Gus, you turn around and you see Waddle. He's carrying Dusk, and he's like, "Way to go, buddy! You're doing great." And you thumbs up as this white flash of light, like, whoom. And just you turn around, and the guy driving the ship's gone.
And also the thumbs up just like sprouts a mushroom.
So yeah, you look back and you see like nobody's piloting this little ship you're on. Making it your turn, Gus.
Okay. I'm gonna just try and hop back to the ship. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Did your magic?
I guess back. Huh?
How long did that jump last? Is it one turn, or is it like a minute? It might be a minute.
It's just duration 1 minute.
Okay, so a minute is 10 rounds of 6 seconds, so you are able to leap back.
Okay.
Easy peasy. So.
He's got this extra inspiration dice.
he felt real inspired. So, this ship that you just jumped off, Gus, it sort of like starts to drift off into the darkness of the snow by itself. Gus and Waddle help Dusk inside the back of the Wark train. Bado, do you want to join them? Do you want to stay up roof? Do you want to head to the front of the ship?
If it's obvious that they're that the guys who fell way back are out of commission or out of the game.
Yeah, you feel like they were like survival tactics tell you they probably would have left a fight they were losing, you know.
All right, great. Then yeah, I'll go inside to check on our prisoner.
So, you guys jump down. Bado's the last to enter as he walks in and sees the cage where Kairos was kept blown open with a hole in the side of the ship, and Kairos is no longer in the cage.
Gosh darn it.
So you hear ID 10T, who's been driving the ship up front with Velvet. He's like, "Oh, we've taken some damage. We may need to slow down and stop and repair."
Yeah, let's do that.
Better find a place to hide.
They got what they came for. They're not coming after us yet.
So you guys, I imagine, make your way back to the front of the ship to reconvene with the rest of your party. Leon Bosch, Velvet, ID 10T, and then your little pterodactyl.
Velvet was just sleeping the entire time.
Look at the little pterodactyl. Look at him.
So ID 10T, Bosch, and Leon are all trying to figure out what to do about the ship repairs. Waddle, you look at this injury that Dusk has sustained, and you feel like you might know some people who could help them with it. Help him with the situation, but it would involve taking a trip into the city of Ambrosia. Undercover, the place where you're wanted and magic is outlawed.
Cool.
But you feel, yeah.
That was my strumming hand. I'm gonna.
Dusk, I know a guy who can get you a new. Well, he can help you out. I don't know what he's gonna get you, but he's gonna get you fixed up.
I'm trying to
best hook.
Meanwhile, like Gus, I kind of walk over and like kind of pull the knob of a hand over to me, like chewing something, like some kind of berry, and want to like push it onto the stub to like stop it from bleeding.
You
using some gross nature. I don't know.
Maybe we can get like a trumpet for your hand nub.
Thank you kindly, little friend. It's whatever you're doing, it's working.
Yeah, your choice if you're gonna be like, ew, gross, or like, let me do it.
So you guys sort of sit inside the ship as it's slowly barreling through this night snowstorm, dusk, missing a hand, the train taking damage, and your next steps uncertain, and the train pulls off into the darkness of the snow as the credits for this week's episode ends. And that's where we'll call tonight's game.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You guys
I killed some people.
Right?
You're just getting started, little guy.
My hand got cut off. I need to redraw my character.
No, just erase.
We will
need to redraw. My character's like a whole new thing anyway, so I need to redraw it.
Yeah, season 2 costumes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will have some chat in between the next game and kind of figure out a direction where we go, and we'll get that resolved at the beginning of the next episode. We're off next week. We'll probably play a replay of this unless we decide to play a one-shot of something. And then episode 3 of season 2 of Axe and Arcana will pick back up 7:30 Central the week after next here on the Internet Broadcast System. Thank you guys for playing. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks for running.
Thank you.
100%. Yeah. Hope everybody had fun, and we will talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Bye. Bye.
Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors. Y'all know you can't stop us, 'cause we are warriors.
Stop and think about the things you do, the things you say, 'cause we gon' bring it to you each and every day. Don't play around, clown, we'll put you down. The warriors are here, we came to chase the haters away. We throw down for our brothers, down for our mothers and their sons and daughters.